James for three.
Alexis attacking.
Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas.
Isang mapagpalang Sabado sa inyong mga teammates. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes. At ito ang programang Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS, FEBC Radio TV. Welcome sa mga teammates natin na madalas makinig sa atin via DWAY 104.3 FM Care Radio sa Bicol, sa DXFE 1197 The Good News Radio sa Davao Region, sa DZRK 106.3 FM Radyo Kapit Bisig sa Palawan, sa DXAS 1116 Your Community Radio sa Zamboanga. Tayo rin ay napapakinggan via online streaming sa Facebook page natin sa Puso at Lakas, Sports sa Pinas, sa FEBC 702 DZAS o kaya sa febc.ph. Greetings lang sa mga teammates natin na madalas makinig sa atin, si Ben and Maricar Loriaga, Rose Marie Garmino, Kyle Joshua Chan, Nora Cancela, Faustina Habla, Coach Glendino Gopez, Lordan Molyon, and Aaron Ray Gacho. Sa pagbabalik ng Puso at Lakas, ang ating guest ay isang former national player. Very athletic, ang lakas tumalon, para siyang praying mantis. At siya ay isang female athlete. Sa pagbabalik ng Puso at Lakas.
Pusong kampyon. Siya na nga, luha at galak. Mga sikreto ng marubdob na ensayo at pagtatagumpay sa larangan ng sports. Pusong kampyon.
Mga kaagapay, our guest is a former national player ng women's volleyball team during the heydays of the late 70s to the 80s. And siya po ay tubong from the south, from, I think, the Queen City of the South, Cebu. Let's all welcome Georgie Maranga. Hi, Georgie.
Yes, it's a privilege. Thank you so much for inviting me, Jo. Good evening to you and to everyone.
Alam mo, I'm honored to have you as our guest. Kasi nagtanong-tanong ako sa iba, Georgie Maranga, nakasama ko yan sa isang tawag nito, sports clinic sa Norte, and kasama niya si Telma Barina, and alam ko naman na national players kayo, but to that extent, kasi medyo mas bata ako sa kanila ng konti lang, and during that time, nung sila ay national players, nung si Georgie ay national player, ako ay nasa high school pa lang noon, sila ay nasa college, Georgie, you are also into coaching right now, no?
Yeah.
Paano ka ba na in love dito sa volleyball?
Ano talaga ako, I love playing all kinds of sports. I was exposed to many kinds of sports. Elementary pa ako. Kasi meron yung Don Bosco doon sa amin before So, all kinds of sports nilalaro ko. When I was in high school, ang nag-open yung mga madre for a volleyball team kasi may dumarating na mga manggagaling sa Maynila na parang players daw sila. So, kaya napasok ako doon sa volleyball kasi ang sport na inano ng school namin when I was in high school.
Malaman ko, saang eskwelahan ka ba? Anong high school to sa Cebu?
It's Colegio de la Immaculada Concepcion. It's an all-girls school.
Nako,
private.
It's a private school kasi, Georgie, yung wife ko, dyan rin nag-graduate, no? Yung tinatawag nilang CIC. Tama ba?
CIC. Yeah, CIC. Yeah.
And then, because may mga dumadayo, and then eventually, you were gifted, no? When I say gifted, kasi hindi ka naman gagaling sa isang sport kung number one, hindi ka binigyan ng nabiyayaan ng talento. What I mean when it comes to talent is yung physical makeup ng iyong
Makeup
katawan,
lang.
talagang physically built to play volleyball. Ikaw ba,
Yes.
feeling mo talagang nabiyayaan ka ng maganda, malakas na katawan or ano yung asset mo?
Ah, Hindi ko alam na I was a high jumper, I was strong, not until I joined volleyball. Kasi yung first year namin, yung mga Spaniards sila from Manila, tapos pumunta sa Cebu. Ah, wala ako parang second stringer. I was part of the first six na pala. Pero hindi ko alam yung strength ko. But when somebody was training us, like the boys team, sa medyo malakas na team, he was asking, sino yung malakas tumalon dito? No, na malakas akong tumalon. Tinulak ko sa isang kasamahan, "Ito si Jojo." Kung hindi ako marunong hindi ako marunong tumalon. Kasi parati kang tumatalon. I don't walk. I constantly run and jump. They saw me that in the school. So when that guy was asking me, "Okay, I'll just toss the ball and then you jump." So I jump. Pag-jump ko, sabi niya, "Aswang ka pala." I was offended. Kasi parang sinabi niya aswang ako. Siya again. You go back and then you take some, steps and then kasi hindi ko alam to talaga kung paano paluin yung bola. And then just jump and toss the ball. So ginawa niya. Tintapan niya, aswang ka nga talaga. So I learned that I know how to jump so na turuan na rin paano pumalo. Pero mali-mali pa yun. Until I got into the Philippine team. So yun, biglang sikat ako the following year sa school namin. Kasi malakas malakas pala talaga ako. But I praise God, it didn't get into my head. But I know I can jump and I can smash the ball. So yun, ganun.
Alam mo, you remind me of another Cebuana na di ba
Mm.
si Cici Rondina, taga Cebu rin?
Yes. Yes,
Ah,
yes,
kasi hindi siya yung ideal height, no,
yes.
na
Mm.
mataas.
Yes.
Pero
Mm.
ang lakas lumundag, and
Mm.
because she jumps high, just like you, no,
Mm. Mm.
eh, nanenegate yung advantage ng height
Correct.
kasi
Mm.
mas malakas yung palo nyo, di ba?
Amen. Yes. Actually, I can tell you a story on that. High school pa siya. And then two of my former coaches, malaking tao na sa FEU, saka yung legendary coach na si Coach Emil sa UST, kasi matagal na rin siya nagko-coach sa Philippine team sa women. They went to Cebu. I didn't know they were in Cebu. Suddenly may tumawag lang sa akin, Georgie, punta ka dito sa Southwestern, ganyan. Nandito kami, kukuha kami ng player, ganyan. Kusapin mo sila mga ano mo to, katupa mo, ganyan. So, they were scouting and then they saw si Rondina. Sabi niya, kausapin mo. So, bilang dalawa nagagawan. At yun na yun, nagagawan din sa kanya. So, nag-give up na yung FEU, si Kuya Kid, sabi ni Coach, Kuya Kid, sige, kay Mil na lang yan. Pag tingnan nila, sabi nila, yun oh, kunin mo yan. Parang ikaw yan, yung high school ka pa. Kasi kilala nila ako, high school pa ako dito sa Cebu. Nakita nilang tumatalon-talon ako. Parang ikaw yan, oh, malakas tumalon. Ganyan. So, kinonvince ko si Rondina nga, "Day ngari ka sa kuan, dito ka sa UST kasi kilala ko yung coach ganyan-ganyan sa maturuan ka ng tama." Saka at that time, Coach Emil was already a Christian. So para sa akin safe siya. So naano talaga siya naagapan, natulungan. So yun, yun lang ang ano. Parang alam nila karamihan ng mga taga Manila malakas tumalon yung taga Cebu. Sabi nila kumakain daw kami ng corn. Actually,
Yeah.
hindi naman totoo. Rice, ano naman kami, humay. Hindi na corn. Hindi na corn na ano. So, yun ang ano. It's just a gift. So happen that it's a gift that God has given me that I didn't realize. Kasi sa Imuklada, all girls ka. Tapos, mga maliliit, ganyan. Sa akin, ano na talaga, I was very conscious pag ganyan ko. Ay, parang laki ng ano mo, baso. Tapos yung binti ko, sabi ko, "Pa, ba't 'to maging maliit?" Sabi ng papa ko, "Maliliitan, that means you're strong." So pag sabi ng papa ko, strong pala ako kaya iba yung makeup ng body ko, kasarmihan ng mga babae, medyo maskulado. Kasi tanga, talon, kiyat, ganyan ako para akong monkey. Kaya naguguluhan yung father ko, hindi ako kumakain, parati naglalaro.
So, genetically blessed, no?
Genetically,
Oh,
yeah,
genetically blessed, no?
I was blessed. Oo.
Oh, ikaw yung the 80s version of CC Rondina, no? Hindi kilala ng
Siguro.
mga yung iba kilala si CC Rondina dahil
Oh, because of the
parang ang
ano ngayon,
tipaklong,
media.
no? Parang
Oh,
tipaklong.
media.
So malamang Joji, ganun ka rin nung
Siguro. Oo,
oo,
kasi sabi
kasi
ng coach, kunin mo 'yun. Parang ikaw 'yan. Siguro. I didn't realize I really alam mo ba na I didn't realize ganyan ako kataas ng talon until my coach sa Philippine team, second term ko na, sabi niya, "Jojelly ka nga, tumalon ka nga." Tumalon ako. Tapos talon uli. Tapos talon uli ako. Siya, ganyan siya. "Taas pala ng talon mo." Gumanyan na lang siya, "Taas pala ng talon mo." So, gano'n ba? Yun lang. I just ang sa'kin lang laro lang ng laro. I don't know kung ano yung ano, basta sa'kin lalaro ako ng lalaro the best I can, yun lang.
mm, Joji,
Walang
there are players naman talaga na who are gifted
mm,
athletically, no? Pero meron
oo,
talagang mga freak athletes, yung talagang grabe yung athleticism. Kasama na si
siguro,
Cici Rondina dyan, kasama ka
oo,
na dyan. Siguro kung sa US, ang naalala natin si Michael Jordan kasi air,
oo,
no? Parang ang taas niyang tumalon, no?
hmm.
And Georgie, dinala ka from Cebu going to
Mm.
Manila. Hindi ka ba
Hmm.
nahirapan sa adjustment?
Hindi kasi when I was still, sa college, ah, wala sa isip mo bata ka kasi at 'pag may sabing, "Uy, may laro dito," kinukuha ako like sa Department of Health, pinalaro nila ako doon. Laro naman ako. So, tapos pauwi. Tapos yung isang, may time nun malakas yung government, sino tawag, GCA, Government Corporations Athletic Association. Malakas yun during the time of Marcos eh. Kinuha kami ng GSIS para kaming mga job orders. I was still in college. So, na-expose na ako talaga sa laro doon sa Maynila. Tapos gustong-gusto namin pumunta Maynila kasi mako-compete mo yung mga malalakas eh, 'di ba? So, in fact, there was one time, third year ako, biglang may pumunta sa school namin sa Immaculada. He's from Cebu also, pero sa Manila na siya nagwo-work. He was working at that time sa post office. May eroplano na ticket. Sabihin ako, may tirahan ka na. Sisweldo ka doon, but you will be in schooling. Ganyan. Ganyan nun. Oo, pero klaro ka for the post office. uh, I was I was almost going into it. And then I know tamad ako mag-aral. Takot rin akong hindi maka-finish ng school kasi father ko really emphasized be diligent in your study. So yung mga classmates ko rin sabi, tamad-tamad mo ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Pupunta ka doon or di ka makatapos. So inside me, I know. So I said, uy, hindi ko naman alam na kukunin ako. Tapos ngayon, pupunta kayo dito. Tapos ini-offer niyo ako ng ganyan. So I said, I won't. So there were a lot of offers. So I was offered in Bureau of Customs, ganyan, ganyan. But it was only in the GSIS that I lasted about 2 years siguro. Kasi sa Cebu base kami ang ano eh. Most of us were from Cebu and then pupunta ng Maynila for the training lang. And then, yun, laro sa GCAA. So, it was like that until, so na-expose, nakita na nila kami. Ano kasi, if I remember it right, I don't know if somebody will object on this, but wala kaming, basta malakas kaming tumalon, malakas kaming pumalo, kahit saan yung bola, basta da-dive kami, nobody taught us, but we just do it on our own. Nakita namin sa Philippine players, na mga lalaki, kasi sila yung nagda-dive, wala pas mga babae noon. We were against the corporate GCA, we were against PCSO. Yung coach, nag-coach ko sa Philippine team, saka yung mga players na Philippine players pala sila. May mga taga-Promdi. So, dark horse ba yung tawag niyan?
Mm.
Okay, so, hindi namin alam, nagpustahan na yung mga tao. Natalo namin sila. So, yun siguro naging eye-opener ng mga karamihan. So, I was offered to join the Philippine team. Yeah, tamang-tama, graduate na din ako noon. I was about to graduate on that year. So, yun.
So you transferred, no, from Cebu, where you took up also yung college years mo.
No, no, I finished my college also in Cebu. Right after I finished my college, I was already in the Philippine team. So
Wow.
parang nag-master ako kagad sa masteral ako sa Philippine team.
Mm,
So I was more in Manila
mm.
during the training.
Georgie, pag sinabing national team, the best of the best yan, no? I
Mm.
think it's the dream of every Filipino to be part of a national team to carry the colors, no, of the flag,
Yes,
no.
yes.
And when you were first asked to join the national team, ano ang anong pumasok sa ulo mo na kasi national team to eh.
Actually, it's been my dream when I joined volleyball, high school yata ako. Yung chapero namin, nakalaro siya ng ASEAN, or ano ba yun? Basta yung one time lang yun, Philippine player siya. So she was relating to us, and then, oh, bata ka, nakatunganga. Sabi ko, gusto ko maging Philippine player. So it became my direction na I'm playing and I really want to be good because I want to really represent the Philippine team. Medyo nationalistic eh. Nationalistic ako. It's para sa akin, it's something that you can achieve. I don't know the Lord, para sa akin, it gives you some kind of identity. Kasi we are from a poor family. Tapos napaaral lang sa malaking at saka, dignified na school, sa mga sosyal, sabi nila. So it became my passion to be part of that. So I was really yung heart mo for the Philippines, ganyan. Ganun ako.
Nako, kahit ako, goal ko nun is maging part of the Philippine team. Not as a player,
Mm,
no? Definitely,
oo,
kahit ano lang, coaching staff, or
mm,
coaching assistant,
mm,
o kahit water boy nga, papayag ako eh. Kasi
oo,
iba, no, na masabi na you are part of the Philippine team.
oo,
And, Georgia, hindi lahat nakukuha sa Philippine team, no? It's the
correct.
best of the best. Tingin
Mm,
mo, ano ang mga katangian mo besides yung being athletically
mm, mm.
athletically gifted? Ano ang
Mm.
meron ka na tingin mo kaya ka nakapasok?
Ah, Focus ako, dedicated ako sa training. Parang nandiyan ako, diyan ako. So I'll give my best kasi nandiyan ako eh. And at that time, I don't raw lang yung ano ko, raw ang talent ko. Tapos kinuha nila ako. So para sa akin, it's a privilege talaga. So
Raw talent pero ni-refine, 'di ba? Dinevelop.
na-refine din. Oo.
Oh, ni-refine, dinevelop. Oh, lahat naman, I think wala naman yatang pinanganak na magaling kagad in all aspects kasi
Mm, mm,
talent
mm.
pa lang yan and then it will be developed into a skill, no?
Yes, yeah.
Uh, Georgie, tingin mo, ano ang mga importante ngayon sa isang atleta to be successful in any sport?
One sa akin talagang you have the heart to really go for it, to train yourself, go beyond the training, push yourself a bit and a little bit, hanggang kaya mo, yun talaga. Kasi pag wala kang puso, wala talaga. Kasi pag dito lang, walang mangyayari. There are many challenges kasi uh, yung challenge mo, yung katawan mo. Uh, uh, Tapos, families, like sa amin, to be in Manila, to be far from family, ano talaga, nakakaiyak talaga. Gusto mong umuwi, pero at the same time, this is my dream. Parang ganyan ba? Tapos wala kang bahay, wala kang tirahan, walang support, walang money. We just went on our own. And the parents were thinking, okay lang kami doon, pero actually walang kain-kain. At it really happened sa my second term, 1981, because it opened up to the whole Philippines kasi usually invited ka lang to be part of the Philippine team pag nakita ka. So, at that time, kahit hindi ka nakita naglaro sa Maynila, taga saan ka sa bundok ka, from Luzon to Mindanao and Visayas, it was open. 100 plus players came and train for 6 months. And yun ang masabi ko, that team that was chosen, parang parang ano talaga, A-team para sa akin, A-team yun eh. Ah, Saka ano talaga, parang kahit nasa second six ka, hindi mo sabing second six to kasi may preference naman talaga yung coach. Talagang magaling, magaling talaga. That's why we won in 1081. Easy-easy sa amin yun. And that was the time na re-refine kami because the coaches that refined us were like mga sila Sinori.
Mm.
Sa UP, yung mga taga UP, they were studying kinesiology, they were studying the motion of man, etc. Sa akin, ang hirap noon kasi pag sabi ni Coach Vip, are you willing sa national player ka na, gold medalist pa. Oh, pero it doesn't mean qualified ka kaagad dito. You have to change your ways. Para sa akin, ang hirap noon, Joe. Change my ways. Kaabot na ako ng Philippine team, tapos I change my ways. Kasi mali-mali pala yung paa ko, yung kamay ko, yung pagdi ko. Kasi pala, hindi ko makuha kaagad yung bola. Mabilis ako. Pero, hindi mapa-akyat minsan pa sa, left and right, etc. So, it took me a lot of, ano talaga, determination inside. I want to change my ways. And I think God was already putting me on that path na may changes talagang darating sa buhay ko. Not knowing it, ha. Looking back, I say nga, Lord, grabe ka talaga. You have been preparing me all along
Mm.
for a very tough job. So, yun. So, sa akin, there were many people that I'd say they really helped me to become better, much better player
Mm.
during my time.
Alam mo, Georgie, no, raw talent, kasi hindi naman lahat ng mga players sa probinsya, no,
Oo.
ah, tawag nito, skillful. When I say skillful, tama yung palo, tama
Mm,
yung talon,
mm,
tama yung set. Ang
mm,
alam lang nila is to play volleyball. Pero dito, tuturuan kayo, during that time, tuturuan kayo
mm,
how to play volleyball the
mm.
right way.
Yeah.
Tapos, will make you into one cohesive team, no? Uh,
Yeah.
tayo lang, you've mentioned that you've won. Ano ang mga napanalunan mo nung ikaw ay volleyball player dito sa Cebu Championship?
Panalunan. Ah, well, during my days, we were sa high school, we were the best team at that time, no? We even defeat the college at that time. Kasi yung college, sila yun ang represent ng palaro. So, high school pa ako, kinukuha na ako sa college team to be part of the college team. Um, sa college naman, hindi malakas yung team namin kasi wala masyadong nag-enroll ng, all girls school. Saka mahal yung Immaculada eh. So, I often go with the team that wins. Like sa Western before or San Carlos before, nire-recruit nila ako, kinakuha nila ako
Mm-mm.
to play for various activities na palaro, regional, UAP, mga ganyan na. So, na-expose rin ako somewhere and the other.
Mm.
And then, they recognize me para parati kang MVP, mga ganyan-ganyan. During my time, they recognize my talent. Ko, okay.
Georgie,
So,
ano naman yung ano? What is yung greatest challenge sa'yo being a volleyball player? Either high school or national player na hindi mo makalimutan? Or
grabe.
anything that happened while you were playing for the team na talagang heartbreak na hindi mo makalimutan?
Um, Hindi ko makalimutan was 1981. Kasi nga, sabi ko sa iyo, it was an open tryout for 6 months. Joe, wala kaming pera. Ako nagre-recruit sa mga kasamahan ko. Like si Telma, naging all-time, great, si Telma Barina. Ako nagre-recruit sa mga kasamahan ko. 5 kami o 6 kami. And because we got a connection sa GCIS, I talked to the big man, sir, we're going to try out as a place nga na matirahan. So we were billeted in Ongpin. So isang owned GSIS hotel doon for 6 months. Pero wala kaming pera. And at that time, MWFM training 1 to 6, we only get 50 pesos. And after that, may kunting lugaw na may chicken, ganyan. Yun ang pagkain namin. The following day, we only eat once. So actually, basically, we eat only once or every other day. Kasi pumunta kaming, tawag nito, ano ba to? Divisoria, para mamalingki. Lakarin namin yan. So, the worst was when the final thing was formed already with all our sacrifices, they were dinadrop nila yung iba naming kasamahan from Cebu. Hindi nila alam na si Nori nga, hindi niya alam na, wala pala kayong oh. Pero we're still there. Pagsakay namin from Baclaran to, Santa Cruz to Baclaran, where the gym is across the airport. Kedisini yun eh. Nagpatong-patong kami para isa o dalawa lang mamasahe. Anim kami. Imagine, dyan kami sa... So, masakit sa akin. Masakit sa akin na i-drop nila. Tapos, nakita ko naman na mas malakas pa yung kasama namin. Tapos, yung iba, pinapasok. Kaka-train lang. Hindi siya pumasok ng mga 6 months na ganyang hirap. So, I protested along with the Kaya naging labeled as rebel at that time. Protest na kami. Umabot pa sa mga major newspapers yun eh. So, yun ang hindi ko malilimutan. The struggle, the hardship, and then suddenly you'll just be debunked. And I was really, I was like taken out sa mga exposures kasi after SIA Games, yung mga exposures di ba? I was not included. And then, so I was playing na. I was playing para akong mercenary. Kung sino yung mag-hire ko. Umabot pa ako ng Hulo-Sulo. Naglaro sa Mr. Mindanao. Kasi they were picking us up. Kasi hindi kami kasama sa medyo na sa Cebu. Ganyan-ganyan. Hindi rin ako active. Hindi ako kinuha sa mga outside na tournaments or mga tournaments international. But when I was in Dipol, where's that? Basta somewhere in Mindanao. Nakatanggap ako ng telegram from one of the official. Taka, we need you. Oh, sir. Rebelde ako. Nagalit yung association. Ganyan. No, we need you. Ganun lang. Isa yung bad experience din sa akin kasi kinuha ka nga kasi parang importante ka talaga. Pero pagdating doon, nakaupo ka lang. Tapos pag malapit ng matalo, papasok ka. Ganyan. So kami yung papasok. Talunin natin to, talunin. Kasi championship na eh. Indonesia yung namin. Talunin na at ba't kayong mananalo dito? Talagang kapit kamay kami talaga namin kasi we know how we play. Tapos sabi, sige, pasok ka na sa next set, no? Kasi you showed a good, Tapos wala na naman. Tapos pag, tatanggalin ka naman, pag marapit mang matalo. In short, I'm afraid, confession na ito, kasi ma-broadcast sa buong, Pilipinas.
Disheartened.
Yeah, I was disheartened. I almost committed blunder or whatever because I really want to go and box my coach at that time. So, kasi masakit yung sa na natalo ka lang sa ganyan. So, tapos ay yung mga ibang official, bakit kayo may panalaro si Marangka? Bakit kayo pinapasok si Marangka? Ganyan lang sila, pero magawa, hindi sila ang coach doon eh. So, ganyan. So, after that, I quit. 81. Pero, 83 pala yun. Tapos, meron pa rin isang tournament sa labas, sa Thailand, Princess Cup, where we played with China, the real team of China, a club, Japan, and we placed third. And that batch namin, hindi yung sa 81, hindi yung sa 83. But most of kasama namin from UST. So, ganun. Kasi, yung kasama mo yung may cohesiveness, may talaga. Like sa PBL na tournament, Chukumucho ba yun? Kasi hindi sila natatalo kasi maganda yung teamwork nila. They love each other kasi when they play, walang pasikatan. Mas malakas ako nasa harap. Walang ganyanan. So, yun lang. But after that, I said, sakit na. Masyadong masakit ang ko. But it was also God's plan for me to go back to Cebu. Because that's when I heard a lot of testimonies. People coming my way and telling me about Jesus Christ. And I said, ano ba to sila mga freak to ah. Mga freak na tao to. So, ganun.
Alam mo, Georgie, no? While you were telling your story, you reminded me of yung story ni Joseph. Si Joseph ang daming dinaanan, no?
Mm,
Heartache after heartache, tapos
mm,
may false testimony pa, no, sa kanya, no?
mm,
But
mm,
ikaw, I think God would use all the things that dinaanan mo, no?
mm.
Heartache after heartache to shape your character. Tingin mo,
Yes.
ano ang tinuturo sa iyo ng Panginoon during that time?
Palaban. Palaban. Never give up. Kasi even during the training, there were times I want to go home. Parang mahirap na, ganyan, ganyan. But even after that, I said, I cannot quit. And, I have to continue to move on. Because life doesn't, stop because ayoko na mag-Philippine team. Pero at that time also, I was like in a circle. I don't know what to do with my life. I was feeling so empty, Joe, when I went back to Cebu because all the time, volleyball was my life, my focus, my dream. At pagdating ko doon, empty pala yung dream na to.
My
So,
God, naging God mo si volleyball.
naging God ko ang volleyball. Pero grabe yung vacuum, Joe, sa loob ko. I reached already the pinnacle of the very thing I dream of. Pero maraming pain, heartaches. So ano ba talaga? I was starting to question actually, what is life? Hanggang dito lang ba? And I'm still 26 that time,
Mm.
27, ganyan. And I quit already from the Philippine team. So ano mangyari sa buhay ko? Sige, trabaho. Ganyan na lang ang iniisip ko. So that's where God was really, if He was breaking me there to get out to meet Him.
Paano mo nakilala
That,
ang Panginoon?
uh, I was into at that gym kasi ano talaga ako, I was, addict pa rin sa workout. And that guy keeps on telling about Jesus, mga miracles na this guy gave him money na hindi niya kakilala. It was enough for his operation, etc. So it's back of my mind, ano yan? It's a lie. You can believe na somebody will give you don't know. Parang ganun, di ba? It's
Scam.
a lie. O scam, ganyan. Keeps on telling us, ano naman, talagang sinabi niya. Pero inside of me, I don't. And then I met a girl, papunta doon sa province line, another island in Cebu. So, inimbita nila ako. Yung cousin niya, hi, for 4 hours na trip, in the boat, people talking about Jesus as if best friend na best friend sila. Sabi ko, ba yun? Sabi sila, pwede ba yun? Best friend mo? Parang kausap mo talagang nandyan lang. Ganyan ang ano ko. She talk Jesus as if very friend talaga sila. So, it stirred my heart. It stirred my heart. But the music, Joe, was the one, tape pa noon eh. Di ba? Hindi pa CD, tape.
Kaset.
O cassette. She left me a cassette of Christian song. And every time I listen, Joe, mahilig din akong kanta-kanta, ganyan, music. Musically inclined, pero no, wala talagang anong gift talaga nandyan. So anyway, to sing or let's sing along, it just gives me peace. Parang ganun, yung puso ko na asking ko, saan talaga ako? Saan ako pumunta? What's next? Anong gusto mangyari sa buhay ko? So it led me. Tapos, nagpadala ang Panginoon ng Amerikano na pastor na inaway ko for 1 year. Inonsulto ko talaga because I was standing firm on my faith. CIC nga Immaculadista, Mary kami. I don't go to Sundays, but I don't miss Wednesdays. I'm like that. Tapos, yung bahay pa ng kapatid ko is at the back of the convento. Di isang lakad ko lang, nandun ako sa simbahan. So, I stood and I don't want him to be talking, but every time he talks about God, something is something's changing, something is broken, something is deleted, parang ganun ba? But at the same time, patigasan pa talaga ang ginagawa ko. Inusulto ko talaga. I was so bastos to him. But what amazed me was, ganito, ba't ma-feel ko ang love? Hindi yung anger from the person. and it really slowly turned me around. Tapos, I was very confident kasi I'm from this school for 8 years. So, alam na alam ko. But every time he opens the Bible, wala pala talaga akong alam. So, it challenged me to read the Bible. And at that time, I was so scared because, sabi lang, pag babasa ka, maging ganyan ka, luka-luka. So, I talked to God, Lord, siya lang ba talagang may alam sa word mo, kung sino ka? Can I read na hindi ako maging ganito? Can I read and can you speak to me? So, ganun lang ang ginawa ko. And then God was, every time I read, He speaks. And I didn't, receive the Lord. Scan-scan lang, hindi talaga marunong pa magbasa. So, He was injecting so many things to me. So, yun. The story of my life.
Alam mo, Georgie, no, I think si God uses yung yung mga curveballs, no. Minsan yung
Yeah,
pinapadala niya sa ating mga problema sa buhay, He allows it to happen because He wants us to look upwards and not to look sidewards, na that we would rely on people, no. Ang gusto niya na siguro dapang-dapa na tayo, wala na
correct.
tayong magagawa kung hindi umiyak
Yes.
talaga na, Lord,
Mm,
di ba, rescue me, no.
mm.
Was there a time na talagang you really had to call Him and really ask?
Yeah, I was in that crossroad. Parang gusto ko pang maglaro, tapos at the same time, I don't want the pain. Tapos gusto ko rin pupunta sa Mindanao kasi parang ang ganda-ganda ng Mindanao, ganyan. So, kasi may ibang places na ako napunta sa Mindanao. At the same time, I don't want to miss my family. So, parang ganyan. So, but yung na-feel ko talaga, Joy, is grabe yung vacuum. Yung what bakit parang kulang, I have money, I have the fame, bakit parang kulang? Where should I go from here? Yun ang ano ko, saan ako pupunta? What will become of my life? Bata pa ako. So, parang bata pa ako. So, ah, ano mangyayari ng buhay ko? So, because of those encounters and exposure, I just suddenly, this man that I don't want to talk, I suddenly called him and I said, "Can I go to your house?" He said, "Sure, come." Ayun, na ano, again, they were sharing to me the gospel. And do you want to hear my testimony?
Yeah, ano nangyari?
We were trained not to cry. Do you know that? Stricto yung father ko, military police. Eh. Pag sabi niya, pag iyak ka, talo ka. So, when he disciplines us, don't cry. Lalo pag kasalanan mo. So, I never shown my tears to anybody. Kahit yung mga trying times sa volleyball. But that time, Joe, village pa naman yung ano nila, tinirahan. Para sa akin, narinig ng buong Cebu yung, "Oh, I cried crazy that yumuko na ako kasi grabe yung luha sa kasipon ko, hindi ko na mapigil. What happened is when I went down and crying so hard because I don't know what I feel, but I just feel so convicted, nawala yung paa nila. Diba, pag yuko ka, paa mo lang nakita, hindi mo nakita yung mukha. Nawala yung paa nila, Jo. And then I was in a place na parang puti na o cloud or whatever. And then a very big being. Ito lang, walang face. Sa ano lang, shoulder, saka sa tiyan. Tapos yung hand outstretched. Ang laki talaga niya. Tapos, para ako maliit na, cockroach or whatever, tumakbo pa sa corner. And then, kasi sabi, alam ni Panginoon na matigas ang ulo ko. And He said to me, "If you will not come to me now, you will not be able to come to me at all." Then, bang! Pag ganyan ko, I was like, lalo akong, "Ah! Bakit nakita ko ulit yung paa nila? Where was I?" I
Hmm.
didn't tell that pastor. And he didn't know that I was transported or what. I don't know. Vision, what? So it was an experience that I never shared for 10 years in my Christian life. Pero para sa akin, it was really a crazy experience. Kasi karamihan, convicted ako, ganyan-ganyan, di ba? So sa akin, ultimatum ng Panginoon, pag di mo pa accept, di ka na talaga. Kasi you've heard for 1+ year. with this guy. And you know. So, ganun. Ganun ako katigas. Ko God has to deal with me.
And Georgie, ano naman ang nakita mong mga transformation sa buhay mo?
Grabe. Grabe is, ako mainitin. I'm short-tempered. At tapos, believe sa sarili. Kasi yung father ko, we're trained even when we're small. He's uh, the guy na mystic parate. Di kami makalabas na hindi kami nag-eskrima. We always see him, doing some smart and people come to our house, etc. Kaming mga kapatid, saka mga neighbors, saka mga cousins, we also follow them. So, in short, may alam ka of martial arts. So, napos malakas ka. Okay? So, you have that confidence. Grabe. I was the first lady driving a car in Cebu. That's the gimmick ng father ko. Uwi ka na dito. May yung jeep ko, ikaw lang ang first na babae na mag the drive. But it was the converted jeepney of the military before sa war. Ano ba 'yun?
Willis Jeep.
Oh, Willis Jeep. Oh. So, matatanggal pa yung matatanggal yung cambio. Magbe-brake ka 100 times ka pa para before mag-brake. Kasi yung mga drivers naman dito sa Cebuan ay ang experience ko driving Manila. Yun, hamburgera ba? Para sa akin ang Cebu is wala pa masyadong car. These crazy jeepneys, they will always overtake and then stop in front. Gagalit ako pag ganyan. Especially pag may ride ako mga bata. So I often, go in argument with them. Tapos if they sige, tutukan tayo. Ganyan ako. But at that time, I was like, Lord, kasi sabi ng pastor, crisis in you. And parang sabi niya, crisis in me. Kalaki-laki niya, nandito siya sa akin. How can he live in me? So, for 3 days, pala isipan, Lord, do I know you really in me? So, that 3 days, that incident happened, diyan pa yun sa may Veles eh. I was, tinatapatan ko na yung jeep. Gusto ko yung, ano ba, ganyan. Hindi ko malabas-labas yung, sa gusto kong sabihin. Para akong dragon na wants to blow a fire, pero walang lumalabas, smoke only. So, nagtaka siya, ba't ang tagal ko nandyan? That's the first time I experienced hearing from the Lord. This is a proof I am in you. I'm holding back your temper.
Mm.
And after that, I went to that school that I always go and play because malakas sila. Kapag pagpunta ko doon, sabi nila, oh, Georgie, parang iba, sabi nila. Kasi hindi na alam Christian ako. Tapos I just heard a voice in my ears talaga. So, hindi ko masabi sa kanya. Well, okay ra. Ganyan ako. And then I experienced God speaking from me from time to time. I get to hear Him when I really ask Him, ano ba talaga? Ganun. So, it was an amazing thing, and the compassion, Jo, wala akong pakialam sa mga tao. Bahala na kayo dyan. Basta ako, wag kayong, don't be bad to me, I will not be bad to you. But, God just gave me so much compassion, I don't understand. Yun. Inahaluhan ako ng Panginoon. Iniba na yung mo ng utak ko.
Oh.
Saka sa puso ko.
May love ka na for others kasi normally, ang tao naman, no, kung wala si Kristo sa kanilang buhay, ang unang minamahal sarili ko lang, no? What can I get from others, no? Bihira yung how can I serve others, no?
Yeah,
But
true.
si Lord, sabi nga niya, number one is to love Him first with everything that we have, and then to love others, no? Georgie, may mga nakikinig sa atin na mga magulang, na mga atleta, at meron din mga atleta. Ano ang advice mo sa kanila regarding Christ and sports?
It would be very good. That's why ang heart ko talaga when God told me is with the children and teenagers. Kahit ngayon, matanda na ako, still my heart goes there. Kasi para sa akin, I journeyed life on those trying times. Wala nag-advise about Panginoon. I was already 30 years old when I received the Lord. Okay, so 29. The pastor came, 27, somebody was telling me about crazy things about God. So para sa akin is, know the Lord because He has a great plan for you. And you will be, yes, there's be problems pa rin, pero iba yung kasama mo ang Panginoon eh. Iba yung alam mo na He will pave the way, He will enable you to overcome this obstacle. Iba yun. Kasi yung you strive with life all alone, on your own, and at times you just, think of crazy things, how to go about this. And that's where you always go to the left and to the right, di ba? So I really advise them. That's what I'm doing with my Quran right now. I praise God, the owner is Christian. So I can openly, I inject really the word of God. We read the Bible before we start. So for them to understand, life is a big challenge. And if young as you are, you know Christ, well, you're assured already. There's hope. There's a sure foundation in your life. Yun ang ano ko. Kasi ngayon, walang mga foundation ng mga bata. Di ba? Karamihan nga. Okay, kahit matanda, wala. They don't know where they're going. If we can help them set on that path and be anchored on that foundation, then alam mo, they will not easily be shaken. And if they'll be shaken, they will still be able to stand and be a good citizen. Be a person that God wants them to be. Giving God the glory.
Yeah. May kanta dyan yung with Christ in my vessel, I can smile at the storm. So, with Christ, you can do all things, no? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens
me.
Yeah. I'd like to share this verse ayon, no? Itong sa Psalm 50, verse 15, Psalm 50, verse 15, ang sabi dito, call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you and you shall glorify me. Alam mo, no, si Georgie ay akala niya na ang valuable na ay ito na yung pinaka-pinnacle, no? Ito yung pinaka-success.
Life na.
Life. Pero hindi pala yun eh. Dahil life without God, without Jesus, it's empty. It is empty. Wala ka, kasi at the end of the day, sabi nga ni Solomon, no, everything is meaningless, useless, no?
Yeah, that's true.
Importante ay meron tayong kinakapitan. Dito sa John 3:16, sabi niya, for God so loved the world, diba? Si Jesus, that whoever believes in Him, no? Siyempre, pag naniwala ka naman, sumunod ka dapat, diba? You will have everlasting life.
Amen.
Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Ito po si Coach Jojo Villa ng Fellowship of Christian Athletes at inyong napakinggan ang programang Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas sa 702 DZAS, FEBC Radio TV, agapay ng Sambayanan, miyembro ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas. Magandang Sabado po sa inyong lahat. Thank you so much, Coach Joji Maranga.
Thank you, Coach Jojo.
Puso at Lakas Sports sa Pinas.